Have you ever looked at your blood test results, seen the words PSA elevated, and felt that small rush of fear in your chest? That moment when your mind starts racing? Does this mean cancer? Is something wrong with me? Should I be worried? If that sounds familiar, you're not alone. Millions of men, especially after the age of 50, have faced the same uneasy feeling. The sleepless nights before another test, the constant checking of numbers, and the quiet worry that something serious might be happening. But here's something most men never realize. You don't have to live in that state of fear. Because today, I'm going to show you one single action. Yes, just one simple thing that can help you take back control, calm your mind, and start changing the way you deal with PSA worries. In this video, we'll go step by step. First, we'll uncover why PSA causes so much anxiety and what that number really means. Then, I'll show you the one-time action you can do today to shift from waiting and worrying to understanding and acting. Finally, we'll go through a clear 30-day plan that helps you feel more confident, more informed, and more in control of your own health. Important note: the information in this video is for educational purposes only. It's not a substitute for professional medical advice. If you have any serious health concerns, please consult your doctor. So if you've been feeling anxious about your PSA, you've come to the right place. Stay with me until the end, because sometimes doing just one right thing is all it takes to watch your worries start to disappear. Let's start with a simple truth. 3 letters, PSA, can trigger more fear than almost any other number on a medical report. But before we let that fear grow, let's understand what it really means, what PSA actually is. PSA stands for prostate-specific antigen. It's a type of protein made by the prostate gland, something every man has and every man's body produces. Doctors measure PSA through a simple blood test. It helps them see if there might be changes happening in your prostate, things like inflammation, an enlarged gland, or in some cases, something more serious like prostate cancer. But here's the key point most men never hear clearly. A higher PSA doesn't always mean cancer. According to the Mayo Clinic and the Cleveland Clinic, PSA can rise for many harmless reasons, like a mild infection, prostate enlargement, even recent exercise, sexual activity, or certain medications. So when your test shows a higher number, it's not a sentence. It's a signal. It's your body's way of saying, something's different. Let's take a closer look. What you're really afraid of. Most men don't just fear the number itself, they fear what it might mean. The mind immediately jumps to the worst possibility. What if I have cancer? Then come the what ifs. What if I waited too long? What if it spreads? What if I need surgery? That kind of thinking can take over your days, your sleep, and even your confidence. But here's what often gets overlooked. Much of that fear isn't coming from your prostate, it's coming from uncertainty. You don't know why your PSA changed or what to do next. And when there's no clear plan, the mind fills the gap with worry. The hidden cost of constant worry. Stress isn't just emotional, it affects your whole body. Chronic stress can raise blood pressure, weaken the immune system, and even make inflammation worse. Some studies suggest that men under constant anxiety about their PSA may actually feel physical symptoms: fatigue, muscle tension, poor sleep, simply from the mental strain. That's why today's message matters. You can't control the number on your last blood test, but you can control your reaction to it. And you can take simple, steady actions to bring calm, clarity, and perspective back into your life. Because once you understand what's behind the worry, you stop being afraid of the number itself. And that's the first real step, from fear to understanding, and soon to taking action. Now that we understand what PSA is and why it causes so much stress, let's talk about the one thing you can do that truly changes everything. Not a pill, not a supplement, not a secret remedy, just one powerful shift in how you take care of yourself and how you think about your health. It's called your 30-day lifestyle check and action plan. What it means: This isn't a complicated program or a strict routine. It's simply a 30-day reset, a chance to look at how you eat, move, and live, and make a few small adjustments that can lower unnecessary pressure on your prostate and calm the overactive worry that keeps you awake at night. Why 30 days? Because that's long enough to create a noticeable change, not just in your body, but in your mindset. It's not about chasing a perfect number. It's about taking back control. Step 1. Know where you're starting from. Write down 3 things. Your latest PSA result, your age, your family history, if anyone has had prostate issues. This gives you a clear starting point. When you know where you are, you can measure progress instead of guessing. Step 2. Pause and eliminate false alarms. Before your next PSA test, avoid a few common activities that can temporarily raise your PSA levels: long bike rides, sexual activity within 24 hours before the test, any infection or inflammation in your urinary tract. These can make your PSA appear higher than it really is. By avoiding them, you get a more accurate picture of what's happening. Step 3. Nourish your body the right way. Focus on foods that support prostate and overall health. More fruits and vegetables, especially tomatoes, berries, and leafy greens. Healthy fats like olive oil, avocados, and fish such as salmon or sardines. Whole grains, beans, and nuts. And try to cut back on processed meats, red meats, and foods high in saturated fat. Too much alcohol and sugary snacks. You don't need to be perfect, just consistent. Even small changes done daily make a big difference over time. Step 4. Move every day. You don't need to become a marathon runner. Just move for 30 minutes a day. Take a brisk walk. Stretch. Try simple exercises that strengthen your core and pelvic area. Movement improves blood flow, reduces inflammation, and supports hormonal balance. And maybe most importantly, it helps release stress, the quiet enemy behind so many worries. Step 5. Schedule your next PSA wisely. After 30 to 60 days, repeat your PSA test. But this time, do it with context. You'll be able to tell your doctor, "I've made these changes, and here's how I feel." Whether your number goes down, stays stable, or even rises slightly, you'll now have data, not just fear. That's power. Why this one action works. Because it replaces fear with focus. Instead of waiting for the next bad surprise, you're making conscious, healthy choices. You're identifying what's in your control and letting go of what isn't. According to the National Cancer Institute, many temporary PSA elevations are caused by lifestyle or benign conditions, not by cancer itself. By taking this one step, this 30-day reset, you remove those extra factors. You give your doctor a clearer picture. And most of all, you give yourself peace of mind, the real change. You might not see a dramatic drop in your PSA right away, but what you will notice is something more powerful. You'll feel calm, confident, and back in charge. Your nights will be quieter, your thoughts clearer, and when your next test comes, you'll meet it with understanding, not fear. Because now you've done the most important thing. You've taken action. You've taken that first important step. You've started your 30-day action plan. Now let's talk about what happens next. Not just to your numbers, but to your peace of mind. Because when you take real steady action, something shifts, not only in your body, but in your mindset. You move from waiting to acting. Most men live in a state of wait and worry, waiting for test results, waiting for answers, waiting for something to go wrong. But once you start doing something, walking, eating better, tracking your progress, you switch from reaction to control. You're no longer sitting on the sidelines, hoping the problem disappears. You're in the driver's seat. And that change, from uncertainty to action, is one of the most powerful ways to reduce anxiety. You begin to understand your own body. When you track your habits, you start seeing patterns. How your energy feels when you eat lighter meals, how your sleep improves when you walk daily, how your stress lowers when you take time to breathe or stretch. Those small wins matter. They build confidence. And with every day you follow your plan, you prove to yourself that your health isn't out of your hands. It's something you can shape. You see the bigger picture. After 30 to 60 days, you might notice something subtle but powerful. The fear that once felt heavy isn't as strong anymore. Your PSA might stabilize. It might dip slightly, or it might not change much at all, but you've changed, and that's what counts. Now, when you meet with your doctor, you come in with calm, clear information, your lifestyle, your notes, your progress. You're not guessing anymore. You're communicating, you're collaborating, and that makes your care more precise and far less stressful. The real result. You may not be able to erase every worry overnight, but you can absolutely change your relationship with it. You've replaced fear with facts, anxiety with action, doubt with direction. And when you do that, your PSA worries don't control you anymore. You control them. That's what calm really looks like. Now that you've started taking control, it's important to understand a few common traps, the kind that quietly pull many men back into worry. Knowing these in advance helps you stay calm, stay smart, and focus on what really matters. Trap number 1, focusing on one number. Many men look at one PSA test and panic, but PSA levels can change for many reasons, even within the same person. Infections, exercise, or recent activity can make that number rise temporarily. So if you see a jump, don't rush to conclusions. One test is just a snapshot, not the full story. What to do instead? Track your PSA over time. Look for a trend, 2 or 3 tests spaced out over months. That's what gives you a real picture of your prostate health. Trap number 2, believing in guaranteed fixes. It's easy to find advice online claiming, eat this food, take this supplement, or drink this juice, and your PSA will drop. But the truth is, no single food or product can guarantee that. Every body is different. What works for one man may do nothing for another. What to do instead? Focus on consistent, balanced habits, not miracle promises. Real progress comes from lifestyle, awareness, and partnership with your doctor. Trap number 3, ignoring the rest of your health. Sometimes men worry so much about their PSA that they forget the bigger picture. Blood pressure, sleep, exercise, and emotional health. But your prostate is part of your whole system. When your body is healthy, your prostate benefits too. What to do instead? Eat well, rest well, move daily, and stay connected with people you trust. Your mind and body work together. Treat them both with care. Trap number 4, avoiding the doctor out of fear. Some men fear bad news so much that they stop going to checkups altogether. But silence never solves the problem. Information does. What to do instead? Bring your notes, your questions, your progress. Work with your doctor, not against the fear. Avoiding these traps keeps you grounded, informed, and confident. No matter what your next test says, you've made it through your first 30 days. You've eaten better, moved more, and faced your health with a clearer mind. That's a big step, and you should be proud of it. Now, the question is, what comes next? Because the goal isn't to stop after 30 days. It's to build a rhythm you can keep for life. Step 1, review your progress. Take a few minutes to write down what's changed since you started. How do you feel? Are you sleeping better? Have your stress levels dropped? Have you noticed more energy or focus? Even small improvements matter. They show that your choices are making a real difference, not just for your prostate, but for your whole body. If you've taken another PSA test, note the result. But don't obsess over it. Remember, you're looking for trends, not perfection. Step 2, keep the habits that work. Think about which parts of the 30-day plan felt easiest or most natural. Maybe it was your morning walk, or cutting back on red meat, or sleeping a little earlier. Those are your anchors. Keep them. Build around them. You don't need to change everything. You just need to keep doing the few things that actually help you feel better. Step 3, schedule your next check-in. If your PSA stabilized or improved, great. Keep your new lifestyle and check again in 6 to 12 months or whenever your doctor recommends. If your PSA didn't change or went higher, don't panic. That doesn't automatically mean something is wrong. It simply means it's time for a conversation, not a conclusion. Bring your notes, your lifestyle log, and talk it through with your doctor. You'll be able to discuss next steps, maybe imaging, a follow-up test, or simply more observation. Step 4, keep perspective. Your PSA is just one number. Your health is the full story. When you eat well, move daily, manage stress, and stay informed, you're already doing more than most people ever will. And that's how long-term calm begins, not with a perfect score, but with a balanced, steady approach. Keep that rhythm going, and you'll find your peace doesn't depend on a test result anymore. Now that you've seen the plan, the title of this video probably makes more sense. Do this once doesn't mean a single action will magically fix everything. It means that one real decision, the decision to act, can change your entire direction. It's about starting, choosing to stop letting fear control you, choosing to take that first confident step toward understanding your body and caring for it in a steady, thoughtful way. When you do this once, you begin a chain reaction. You start noticing what helps your body feel better. You stop reacting to every little change with panic. And you begin to see your health as something you manage, not something that happens to you. And that's where the second part of the title comes in. Watch your PSA worries disappear. They don't vanish overnight, but they fade piece by piece as knowledge replaces fear, as consistency replaces guessing, and as confidence replaces confusion. You'll never forget your health, but you'll stop being afraid of it, and that's when true peace begins. If you've made it to this point, you've already done something powerful. You've chosen to learn, to understand, and to take back control. Your PSA number may change, your health may shift over time, but your attitude, your awareness, and your actions, those are what truly matter. Remember this, you are not defined by a test result. You are defined by what you do next. So start your own 30-day journey. Write down your goals, walk a little every day, eat with purpose, rest with peace, and track your progress. Not to chase perfection, but to celebrate the fact that you're in charge. If you'd like help staying on track, I've created a simple PSA tracking sheet and weekly checklist to guide you through each step of your 30-day plan. You can find it through the link or pinned comment below. It's completely free, just a small way to help you stay consistent and confident. And remember, the moment you stop worrying and start acting with clarity, that's the moment your peace begins to return. Take care of yourself. You've got this.